this 2016 season. Am I a little loud for y'all? I can back up a little. But no, we really are. We're excited about the 16th season. You guys know in 43 days we kick it off against the University of Georgia at a neutral site in Atlanta. But our team is excited about it. We're fired up. We've had a great summer, and we're really looking forward to it. So I guess at this time I'm going to turn it over to Ryan Switzer. You guys know who he is.
Ryan, just so you'll know, we've got 3 microphones that are swinging throughout the room. We'll make sure we get a mic to the right position. Folks, a reminder too, for the rest of the world watching via the stream, please identify yourselves, the agency you're with, and stand when the microphone is handed to you. So, first question for Ryan Switzer. We'll go right here to our right, second row.
Tom Holliday, RyanWRL.com. This question is certainly not meant to denigrate the skills of Marquise Williams, who is a unique two-way talent with great weapons in the ACC, but is there a difference between a Marquise Williams ball and a Mitch Trubisky ball?
You know, I feel like the time that I've gotten to spend with Mitch on the field, you know, thus far, whether it's been in the game or in practice, I think, you know, I feel like Marquise would even tell you that Mitch's arm talent is unique and very rare. I've been fortunate enough to catch passes from both of them. And like you said, not to diminish anything that, you know, Queese did or, you know, did for our program, but Mitch is a very rare talent. You know, everything that he brings to the table, he's very composed, he's a very team-first kind of guy. And, I'm looking forward to seeing his talent displayed this year, especially with the guys that he has around him.
Ryan, I'll ask you one right here to your right here. You had said your New Year's resolution was to be an all-around better version of yourself. We're 6 months into the year, 7 months into the year. Are you holding on to that New Year's resolution?
Absolutely. It's been a long, like you said, 7 months thus far, and the amount of work that I and my team have put in, it was hard to supersede what we did last year, but I feel like we've done that thus far, especially for me personally, not only physically but mentally as well, and continuing to study coverages, continuing to better myself from the mental aspect. It's what ultimately is going to make the difference for me as a player going forward in this coming year.
Far left, about the 8th row back, standing up in the red shirt.
John McCann with the Herald Sun in Durham, North Carolina. Does Mitch lack that ability to turn a busted play into something the way Marquise was able to last season?
Yeah, you know, he hasn't gotten the opportunity to show it as much, but, you know, Mitch is a very athletic guy. He's very good in space, and straight ahead, I'm not sure who would win between him and Queese, but Mitch is an athlete, you know. He was a multi-sport guy in high school. He knows how to move. He's not one of those guys that's just going to sit in the pocket and when things break down, either throw it out of bounds or get sacked. He knows what to do with the football. He knows what to do with his legs and how to get out of trouble. And us as receivers, we're looking forward to it because when you got a guy scrambling, everything breaks loose in the secondary, and that's when big plays are made. So, no, we're not expecting Mitch just to sit back in the pocket and take a sack or play it safe when things break down. We're confident that he can make a play with his legs and continue to continue plays.
Ryan, back in the room, camera stand, right side, second row.
Ryan, Jared Fialco, WRAL TV. I know this question is probably more towards TJ's avenue and whatnot, but since you make hay on special teams as well, the Big 12 commissioner said the other day that kickoffs are perhaps the most dangerous play in all of the game. Your thoughts on the NCAA potentially getting rid of kickoffs down the line?
I think the game would take a big hit if that were to happen. Football is a dangerous game regardless of what play it is. You know, we know as players, you put yourself out there risking injury every time you step out on the field. So yeah, kickoff return is tough because guys are running full speed, but there's also plenty of other times that guys are running, full speed. I've gotten hit across the middle. I got hit catching punts where I didn't think I was going to get up. So I don't, that's ultimately not my call, but to see kickoff taken out of the game, I don't feel would be, positive for the game of football.
Ryan, to your right, first row, right here in the middle.
Ryan, Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Just what you can say about, you've spoken a lot about Mitch, but the talent around him, not just yourself, but how you define this offense moving forward, obviously building off of a lot of success from last year.
Yeah, I joke with Mitch all the time at the house about how fortunate he is to step into the position that he is. I don't know of any other team that's returning what we're returning on offense. And like you said, not just the receivers, but we've got 2 veteran running backs. TJ Logan behind Elijah Hood could start on virtually any team in the country, and then returning 4 of our 5 offensive linemen is incredible. I mean, at the end of the day, without the guys up front, the offense goes nowhere, and we know that. And we're very fortunate to have those guys. And as receivers, it's our job to kind of make Mitch look good, which we don't really need to do too much because of the talent that he has. But us as a whole, we're really excited to get the season started because we know the talent and the experience that we have coming back. And it's not so much that we outdo ourselves or outdo the numbers that we put up, but just continue to be more consistent on a drive-to-drive basis and make sure that we don't waste all the weapons that we do have.
Ryan, back of the room, left side, camera stand, green shirt.
Hi Ryan, Jason Brown, Time Warner Cable News. Defending Coastal Division winner, you reached the ACC championship, but how has last season, I guess, changed how you all have to manage the expectations and the fact that you may now be #1 on opponents' list to try and knock off this year?
It's definitely been a different offseason from last year. Going 6-7 and 11-3, there's a big discrepancy there, but we tried not to focus too much on being teams, go-to game, because we know that our schedule is hectic enough as it is. We play 7 teams, I believe, with new head coaches. We open up with an SEC team, so we understand that although we may be the #1 team on some teams' schedule, that we've got 12 #1 teams that we've got to see this year in order to get anywhere close to where we were last year. So it's been about making sure that we don't have any regrets in terms of off-season work and making sure that we take it week by week so that we can continue to build our program in the right direction.
Ryan, your last question, to your right, second row.
Bob Holliday again. Devon Edwards is in here earlier. He has a chance to set or tie a national kickoff return record. You have a chance to tie or break the national punt return record. Wes Welker, what are your thoughts about him and the chance that possibly equal or pass it?
Yeah, I mean, there's really not enough good things you could say about Wes and the things that he's been able to accomplish in his career. Obviously, I've been getting comparisons to him since I've been in high school. I don't know why, by the way. We don't look alike. But it's, to be mentioned with someone like that, who's had the success that he's had, not only at the college level, but, in the professional level as well. It just bodes well for me and my confidence. The punt return record would be something I'd love to have. The guys and I joke about it all the time that we technically already do have it. We've got 10 of them, but 3 of them have been called back. So regardless if it happens or not, at least the 10 guys and I can be satisfied with that. But hopefully it happens. It'd be nice to have, and looking forward to getting back there and returning some more punts this year.
Ryan, thank you. Des, the podium is yours. You're the first one to do it, so well done. Questions for Des? Des, to our left, far left, actually now in the middle.
Hey Des, Turner Walson, New Carolina Magazine. Year 2 under Gene Chizik, from your perspective, what changes, what gets enhanced, what's elevated with him as defensive coordinator?
I would say what changes is our mentality. I think everybody's mentality is the same now. It's on the level where he is, and it's mentality that we're going to go out and compete every day like we're the #1 defense in the nation. He really instills a certain confidence in us and allows us to play and make plays on the field. He's one that tell you that coaches, it's not a coach's game, it's a player's game. And so on Saturdays, it's just our day for us to show the world what we're made of.
Des, to your right, first row.
Des, Dan Tortora, Wake Up Call, DT.com. You heard a lot about Mitch. How would you define him from the other side going up against him?
I would define Mitch as someone who is a student of the game, regardless of what type of day he's had or the day he had before. He's going to come out and put forth his best foot. And so he's one of those guys on defense that you love to see. I love to see him in practice because I know there's not too many quarterbacks in the nation. I can honestly say that study the game more than him and are on his level of skill. That has his skill level. He can put the ball virtually anywhere. And that for me being a DB, I know on Saturdays I may not see that as often as I do in practice. So Mitch is a great player, and I can't wait for him to show the world what he's been doing in practice for the last 3 or 4 years.
Des, to your right here at the podium. Your bio says down at the bottom that the reality TV show you'd like to be a part of is Real Husbands of Hollywood. What inspires you for that? And if you're not married, what makes you think that your future wife might want you to be on that show?
That was taken like 2 years ago, but I just liked the show when it first came out. You know, Kevin Hart was big at the time, still is big, and then they have a lot of other comedians on the show, and it's just a light atmosphere somewhere where I would like to, be my first acting job.
To our left, first row.
Adrian Beach with Skyboat.com, Orlando, Florida. Yeah, I see you got some sock swag going on, no shoelaces, and Coach over here has got no socks on. What's the inspiration for all this?
Oh, yeah, these are my Jesus sons right here, but it's just a slight dab, as kids would like to say. It's just, time for us to dress up, get outside of our comfort zone, and it was just fun to do. I didn't know Coach wasn't wearing any socks. That's his thing. I don't really know what that is. He looking good.
Any more football-related questions for Dennis? We have one to our left, far left, up towards the doors.
Hey, that's Marilyn Payne, WRLSportsFan.com. I know you talked about what's different or the same in year 2 under Gene Chizik, but how are the expectations for the defense different or higher than they've ever been this year?
I would say they definitely have to increase. You can't stay the same and be as good as you were. So we're just trying to reach new heights, and I think that everybody is challenging themselves to be better. And I think that, of course, it's going to make our defense better. Me personally, I'm challenging the secondary to be better than we were last year. I think we were top 10, top 15 in most categories. Defense, we were #1 in the ACC as far as create turnovers. So that's a goal that we would like to duplicate. And just to be aggressive on defense this year is going to be our thing. And getting the ball back to those guys, Mitch and Swiss and Elijah and TJ and all the other weapons out there, because they're so explosive. And if they put more points on the board, it makes our game and our job a little bit easier.
Des, thank you. We'll excuse our student athletes as they get ready for their breakout, and we'll invite Coach Fedora back up to the podium for Q&A.